Yes, Kevin Hart.
What's the one thing Kevin Owens hates to lose more than matches?
Championships?
Weight.
Oh, good thing he wasn't on SmackDown.
Yeah. He did get a shout out from Seth Rollins, though.
He did indeed. Welcome to the SmackDown Rundown. Guess who else wasn't on SmackDown?
Roman Reigns.
Well, we talked about that on the midweek wrap-up. Go back to yesterday's video if you want to check that one out. That doesn't count. We're talking about Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh, yeah.
Because
we were graced with the beautiful, soothing, melodic tones of Mauro Ranallo and the annoying, try your best to zone out on it as much as you can, David Otunga.
Byron was there, too.
Yeah, just like Kane in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Byron was there. Yeah, David Otunga taking Jerry Lawler's place because Jerry Lawler was arrested along with his girlfriend about a week or so ago due to some sort of alcohol-induced fight between the two where he allegedly put a handgun on the counter, which was empty, told her to kill herself.
Apparently they got physical with each other.
Yeah, he
said, she said, he swung, she swung.
They're both being kept apart at this point. They're not allowed to have any contact with each other whatsoever. Jerry Lawler is suspended indefinitely, which, if you're, the track record of that didn't work out too well for Adam Rose.
No.
So, granted, Jerry Lawler's got a little bit more longevity as far as with the company goes.
So did Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's true.
And guess who's not on the company anymore?
Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with Jerry Lawler.
Keep your eyes peeled to the Hall of Fame section of WWE.com.
Yeah, there might be a space missing. Let's talk about the matches that happened on SmackDown.
Please do.
We had Cesaro defeat Alberto Del Rio. We had Sheamus defeat Apollo Crews.
Yeah.
We had AJ Styles defeat Jimmy Uso.
Oh.
We had the New Day defeat the Vaudevillains.
Oh, yes.
We had Dana Brooke defeat Becky Lynch.
Ugh.
And we had Seth Rollins defeat Sami Zayn.
Good match.
Yes. So we opened up with Seth Rollins coming out complaining about having the title taken away from him, saying that Dean Ambrose stole it. He's a thief. He's a cockroach. He's just a really bad person.
Who else called Dean Ambrose a cockroach? Kevin Owens called Dean Ambrose a cockroach.
Yes, Dean Ambrose has been called a cockroach by... is it just those two?
Pretty sure.
Alright. Anyway, Seth decides, I get a match at Battleground. I have to face both Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. I should be getting my one-on-one rematch, but I'm not. So I'm just going to prove that I am better than Dean Ambrose by putting out an open challenge. He doesn't care who it is. He just wants to prove that he is the best member of the Shield. And the person that decides to accept that open challenge is one Sami Zayn.
Yeah, he's basically like, I'm Ginger and I don't have anything else to do. Let's have a match.
Yeah, he's ultimately like trying to get away from the Kevin Owens feud. We find out later in the show he's trying not to focus on that because he knows that his career won't advance if he's continuously focused on Kevin Owens. So Seth doesn't really let Sami Zayn say a lot.
I think that Seth even said, "Oh, did Kevin Owens let you off your leash today?"
Yeah, so Seth just starts poking fun at Sami Zayn.
Shade.
Dean Ambrose, WWE World Champion, heads down to the ring and says, No, both you guys shut up because that's not how we're doing this, and calls for his set. We have an impromptu Ambrose Asylum, his guests being Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins.
And a new cactus.
Yes, a new cactus.
Which I think aptly will probably be named Jack.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Cactus Jack. I get it. Took me a second, but I got it.
You're welcome.
So this ends up being extremely... This is the Ambrose Asylum Championship Edition.
Yes, he added the title belt to the sign.
Drops a little championship on the sign.
It looked kind of like a Band-Aid with a W.
And
or an upside-down Mario hat.
This is a hilarious situation because Seth starts off by saying, "I never wanted to be on this stupid show," and
Sammy's excited to be on the show.
Yeah, Sami wants to
He's
be
a big
on.
fan.
Seth starts saying some shit, and Dean Ambrose is like, "Hey, I'm just gonna be real. You keep acting like this, I'm not gonna invite you on my show ever again." And Seth's like, "I don't even want to be here." And so yeah, it's Dean Ambrose, poking the bear a little bit, just trying to get Seth riled up.
And Seth runs away like a little baby.
Yeah, and Dean and Sammy's like, "Is he always like this?" He's like, "Oh yeah, he's this is a regular thing for Seth Rollins," and as he storms away. So that's how we get our main event between Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins.
That wouldn't be the last time Seth Rollins sees Dean Ambrose either.
That's true. But our first match is Cesaro versus Alberto Del Rio. These guys fucking rocked it in this match.
Yes, apparently I'm guessing that this is stemming from they're angry because they fell into the same corner.
Yeah, when they both almost died at Money in the Bank.
There wasn't enough room, and they both got hurt because they couldn't fall into the corner, so they're angry at each other. I don't know. It's just something from Money in the Bank ladder match that's continuing, apparently.
Regardless of the reason, the match was awesome. They had great chemistry together. I mean, you can't go wrong with a Cesaro match. Alberto Del Rio is pretty consistent with his matches as well. You get them together.
As long as he's not in Mex-America.
Exactly. As long as he's not E.T. in that sumbitch, he's just fine. But eventually...
Hey, you used the thing I said the other day.
I did. Cesaro ends up trying to go for a crossbody off the top rope. Del Rio is able to avoid that, sets up for the cross arm breaker, but as he goes for it, Cesaro is actually able to use the momentum, roll him over, pick him up into the neutralizer, hitting it, and picking up the win over Alberto Del Rio.
What a counter.
It was awesome. Then we had the rematch from Money in the Bank between Apollo Crews and Sheamus. This was fun. This was a good fight between these two. With a pretty creative ending.
David Otunga doesn't know what a moonsault is. He just calls it a backflip.
Yeah. Well.
Like, he did a moonsault, and like all three of them said in unison moonsault, except for David Otunga, who said backflip.
Sheamus defeating.
Good job.
Sheamus defeating Apollo Crews. They had at one point they ran into the stairs on the outside, and the bottom half ended up getting set up like right next to the ring. And so once they kind of got back to that area, they were on the outside. The ref was counting. He was at about a count of 5. Sheamus would bro kick Apollo Crews in the back of the head, sending him face first into the stairs. Sheamus would get back in the ring and end up picking up the count out victory.
Yeah.
So I liked it. It was a creative heel win for Sheamus. It was not something that I expected to happen.
Yep, they have one match apiece now.
Yes.
I think the tiebreaker's going to be a stairs match.
In December.
No.
We're going to have this feud run till December.
Battleground.
6 months of Apollo Crews versus Sheamus.
Battleground.
It's going to be the new Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler.
That's only 3 months.
It's going to be
Much more tolerable.
It's going to be twice as long.
Tolerable.
We had the club gloating about what they did to John Cena on Raw. The 3-on-1 beatdown again. They end up getting interrupted by the Usos, who we haven't seen on TV for a couple weeks.
Like, pretty much since Extreme Rules.
Yeah. And, they start, just kind of agitating the club, and Jimmy ends up throwing out the...
Larry?
Oh, you were close, Carl. Ends up throwing out the challenge to AJ Styles for a one-on-one match, and this was not something I ever expected, but the match itself was good.
Yeah, it's like one of those random moments, like, let's have Kofi Kingston versus AJ Styles.
Yeah,
we
didn't know we wanted it until it happened, and they were like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
Because AJ saying that he would ensure the fact that the club wouldn't be at ringside.
Cross his heart.
Jimmy did have Jay in his corner, so
yeah, Jimmy was like didn't man up like AJ.
Yeah, no, the Usos trying to get that one-man advantage apparently. But eventually, the club did make their way down to ringside. They would beat the crap out of Jay. Jimmy
they were
would
just mad because he was standing out there at the ringside.
Yeah, you're making this unfair. We're going to even it up.
Yeah.
Because we go up one man on you guys. Jimmy would actually slingshot himself onto the club on the outside, and as he's trying to help Jay up, AJ does a slingshot forearm to the back of his head, tosses him back in, hits the Styles crash, and AJ Styles defeats Jimmy Uso.
Yeah.
Good match. We had the New Day taking on the Vaudevillains, beating them very quickly with the Midnight Hour. Not
solid match though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. These guys have great chemistry. That's
it's the name of the game nowadays.
The
chemistry.
The four corners match was a little wonky just because you have so much going on, but you get the Vaudevillains in a straight up tag team match. They know what they're doing, and you can't deny the fact that the New Day knows what they're doing either. English gets taken out. Gotch gets hit with the Midnight Hour, and as they're celebrating, the Wyatts would appear up on the Tron and scold them for the interruption that happened on Raw, and telling them that they need to realize that they are going to pay the consequence for that interruption. That pain demands to be felt, and
I get it now.
Okay.
They have to pay the consequence.
Oh God, Consequences Creed. Is that what you're getting at? Shit, that makes a lot of sense. The fact that the only one that's affected is Xavier Woods.
Yeah, because he showed it again.
Yeah,
this go around where
he was really nervous.
Yeah, as he started looking down and actually the New Day were standing side by side, and he started to back up.
Yeah, he started hiding behind Kofi
from the Tron.
Yeah, and they ended with the words "New Day Falls," and then Braun Strowman gave us a run. And what did Eric Rowan give us? And then we got
really.
And then that was it.
I'm just waiting though for the time Rowan does that. That's gonna be an episode of Swerve or something. They're gonna swerve Bray Wyatt by Strowman and.
I bet that's a B-roll blooper they've got somewhere.
Strowman and Rowan are just gonna start bleeding during a Bray Wyatt promo.
They might just do that in the backstage just for the hell of it, just to throw people out. You got these two giant 6'7" guys walking around going, meh.
No, I guarantee you, if I were to get hired by WWE and they hand me this cheap mask and say, this is what you're going to wear around the ring, damn straight I'm going to start making sheep noises while I'm walking around backstage.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me. So we get another... This wasn't really a life lesson from Coach Backlund. This was just Coach Backlund reassuring that we're going to make Darren Young great again. We're going to make this the Darren Young era. Yeah. Because back when he was winning championships, it was called the Bob Backlund era. Which I don't think it was actually called that. I think Bob Backlund is insane and he thinks it was called that. He probably called it that.
Maybe. Bob Backlund wrestled at 2 different WrestleManias.
That's true.
9 and 11.
Yeah. Singles match and a tag team match? Is that what it was?
No. Both singles.
Both singles?
9 he wrestled Razor Ramon, and then 11 he wrestled Bret Hart.
Oh.
The more you know.
He talked about being in a tag team match.
With, he talked about he was partners with Pedro Morales.
Yeah.
But that was way prior. That was before WrestleMania 1 ever happened.
Long time.
Because Backlund was retired before WrestleMania 1 till his return at WrestleMania 9. He was retired. He was out of the business.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The 8-year.
It was a huge comeback dealio for him to come back and be part of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Won the championship.
Yeah.
Lost it to Diesel in 8 seconds.
All right. We had
Renee. Great life coach.
Good job.
At least Darren Young will probably be able to name all the presidents.
And he'll know how to tie a bow tie.
And he'll be good at chess.
Awesome. Renee interviewed Dana and Charlotte. Dana getting ready for her match against Becky Lynch. And then when she brings up Sasha, Charlotte is not so into the interview anymore, saying that, she may call herself the boss, but she will bow down to me because I am the queen.
Oh.
Then we had Dana Brooke versus Becky Lynch, which Dana Brooke just proves how good she is at getting these simple moves that apparently help her pin. The last time it was an eye poke helped with a jackknife pin. This time, a distraction from Charlotte allowed her to kick her in the ribs.
It was. I want to say it was more like the hip.
Whatever it was. She tried to go for a small package. It just turned into a regular pin.
Yeah.
And Becky couldn't get out.
Because you need your hip to kick out. That's what it was. She kicked her in the hip. You need the hip to kick out.
Get a shoulder up. Jesus.
Well, Dana was laying on the shoulders. That's why. That's the whole point of laying on the shoulders and hooking the leg. They can't kick out the weights on the shoulders.
You're trying to give Dana way too much credit at this point. Anyway,
she's learning from Charlotte.
Dana would end up getting hit with a Bexplex. Charlotte would beat her down a little bit, and eventually Sasha would make her way down. We get the face-off between Sasha and Charlotte. Charlotte's like, "Oh, you want to go? You want to do this? You want to do this right now?"
They start removing accessories,
which was awesome. Charlotte takes her jacket off. She's wearing like a tank top out of her shirt. Sasha takes off her kind of shirt that she has.
She's got her gear on
over her gear, and Charlotte ends up powdering out of the ring. Dana gets back in, ends up getting hit with the bank statement, and Sasha stares at Charlotte down as she walks backwards up the ramp, not up the ring, because that'd be weird.
I'd watch it though. Magic trick at a WWE show.
Just backwards up the ring.
Yeah,
that'd be impressive. But yeah, as Kevin Hawk said earlier, the impromptu Ambrose Asylum would not be the last time that Dean Ambrose would see Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins would be making his way to the ring. He'd be walking through the hallway, and Dean Ambrose would just kind of show up next to him and be like, "You didn't think I was going to miss this, did you?" And so Seth starts walking, and Dean starts walking behind him.
And then Dean uses his instant transmission ability.
And
he shows up at the commentary.
Yeah, he just appears at commentary before Seth Rollins' entrance. I was really hoping he'd just follow Seth Rollins to the ring. I think that'd be way funnier. But I don't write SmackDown. I don't write WWE at all. So I don't get a say.
Hey, WWE, hire us.
We'll do it.
A lot of stupid shit would happen on
yeah.
People would be walking backwards up the ring.
Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman would be bleeding on TV.
That's bleat. B-L-E-A-T.
Yes.
Not B-L-E-E-D. I know it's actually phonetically difficult to hear the differences between those words.
Not bleeding, bleating.
If we were out, there'd probably also be people bleeding.
Probably.
We'd try and get that no blood thing revoked.
Yeah. We'd work hard at it. But our main event, Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn, is a fantastic match.
Yeah.
Have they fought before?
Not in WWE.
Maybe in Ring of Honor.
I wouldn't be shocked.
That might be the only time they've ever crossed paths before, but it was very fresh for the WWE standard. It was good to see Sami Zayn getting a chance at some of these more higher up echelon guys, and it was cool to see Seth Rollins actually facing more of a mid card guy.
Yeah, and it finally being, with the exception of like Dean Ambrose, another guy who's really familiar with like the indie style of working things.
Yeah. I mean, immediately off the bat, Sammy was out wrestling Seth with arm drag after arm drag, and just they had some great situations, back and forth. It was really fun to watch both of these guys in a much different environment that we've seen them for the past. I mean, Seth Rollins has been going against Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose for ever, and Sami Zayn's been going against Kevin Owens forever. And so it was nice. It was nice to see something different. It was nice to see two guys actually, getting a chance to step out of what WWE considers like their comfort zone. But Sami Zayn would on a couple times attempt the haluva kick. He goes for his second attempt. Rollins powders out of the ring and walks around to the front side. Sammy does his big swan dive to the outside and actually throws Rollins back into the ring, But as Sami is getting back in, Seth is able to catch him, set him up, and hit the pedigree out of nowhere, pinning Sami Zayn. He'd make his way out to ringside and get in Dean Ambrose's face.
Seth is doing a good job of making the pedigree seem like a move that doesn't need a setup.
Yeah. But
Triple H was a very, very...
he liked to put emphasis on what he was about to do.
Yeah, it was very... What is the word I'm looking for?
Triple H would set the stage.
He would telegraph the pedigree.
There we go. Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah,
because it would be a kick, and
yeah.
it would be hooking the arms, it would be very dramatic looking.
Yeah, and it's very, very methodic. It's one arm, there you go. Then you have the big jump. Where Seth,
Seth is trying new things with the pedigree.
Yeah, which is cool. And he's doing a good job at it. But he gets in Dean Ambrose's face. They start bickering back and forth. He starts to walk away, and as Dean Ambrose turns, Seth attacks Dean Ambrose at ringside. As he starts to walk away, Dean Ambrose then jumps onto Seth Rollins, beats the crap out of him. They fight their way back into the ring. Dean tries to go for dirty deeds. Seth Rollins is able to escape, and they just stare at each other from afar.
Seth does a backward somersault up the ramp.
Yes. Did he? Mm-hmm. Oh, I missed that part.
I
was just agreeing with you because I thought it was funny.
He pretended to trip.
Oh, good job, Seth. Dean Ambrose standing tall with his championship as Sami Zayn lays in a heap on the outside. Sami Zayn no longer matters in this storyline. But yeah,
it was a good match though.
I'm very intrigued how they're going to try and build this without Roman Reigns on TV for 30 days.
The whole entirety of the build of this match.
This is bullshit. Like, for me, I'm even a Roman Reigns supporter, but I'm like, no, he doesn't deserve to be in this match. This is going back to me talking about Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's not there to promote his match. He's not there to create tension in his match. Why is he getting one? Fuck that. Take him out of it. Build something different. This is Dean Ambrose's first defense. Why does he have to go against both guys at this time? Why don't you keep Roman Reigns off of TV until like a week or two before SummerSlam, and then build that? I don't give a shit. Take him out of Battleground. He doesn't deserve to be in it. But once again, I don't write WWE.
But we should.
We should. That's it for the SmackDown Rundown. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe.
Share the video with your friends, your enemies if you didn't like it.
Aunts and uncles, children of all ages.
I was trying to continue that, but I didn't know where.
Nothing.
Not a damn thing. Click the links down in the description to take you to all of our social media. If you don't want to watch the videos, you can listen to us podcast style at the SoundCloud link down in that description. But if you do want to watch the videos, check out the playlist next to Kevin Hawk because that has all of our usual reviews this week.
Or under us if you're on a mobile device.
Yeah. It has all of our usual reviews this week, plus a Money in the Bank review from this past Sunday's pay-per-view.
What? That happened?
It did.
Was I here for that?
I think so.
All right.
Unless I was talking to someone who looked a lot like you.
Well, they've been known to be doppelgangers of me rolling around.
Weird. Join us this Monday as we talk about lots of women's wrestling, as Shimmer has 5 shows over the course of this weekend. It's going to be result-heavy indie news, so be sure to look forward to that.
They're alongside a Beyond Wrestling show and a Ring of Honor show.
Indeed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Hey, Travis Colt.
Oh, God, what, Kevin Hawk?
Why is it a good idea to go to the bar with Roman Reigns?
I don't know.
Because he gets all the booze.
Fuck David Otunga.
Yeah, that guy.